Hello and welcome. In this tutorial we're going to use the microbit to create a seismograph. So in order to do that, I'm going to use this project that I've only just started called Earthquake, and if I go into it you can see that there's nothing there. What I'm going to use is a forever loop because I want it to be always checking if an earthquake has occurred. And I'm going to use this plot bar graph because I want it to show the earthquake through the LEDs lighting up. So the more LEDs that light up, the stronger the earthquake. So my seismograph is going to be using the acceleration sensor which is built into the microbit. So if I go to input, remembering that sensors are input items, choose the one that says acceleration and place it in here. So I'm plotting the bar graph of the acceleration on the x-axis, and I need to put a number in here, so I'm just going to put 1024. I need to make sure that my microbit is connected. Okay, and here it says connected to microbit, so that's good. If it wasn't connected, I could click here and choose a connect button that would come up here, or I could go here and choose pair device. But mine's connected, so I can download the code. It's now downloading to my microbit. Tells me download is completed. So now what's going to occur, if I keep this really flat, you can see that only one light is showing up, which means that there's not very much acceleration taking place on the x-axis. So the x-axis for the microbit is left and right like this. And if I move my microbit in that way, you can see that the LEDs light up, and the faster I move, the more LEDs light up. If I shake it or move it in another plane or axis, so the y-axis, which is forward and back, you can see that there's nowhere near as much acceleration being detected. The only acceleration being detected is where it's moving on the x-axis, because I can't move it just on the y-axis alone. How to detect the y-axis? Well, let's just change this to y, and I can download that again, and this time we'll be checking how much movement is going forward and back. So I have to download it, of course. I'm not sure if I've done that yet, so let's just download again, so I know that I've got it. If I go left and right, you can see that there's very little movement, but if I go forward and back, you can see that there is lots of movement on the microbit. What I can also do, because I've used the plot bar graph, I can go to here where a new button's come up which is called show console device. If I click on that, you can see that it's graphing numbers straight away. So at the moment, not very much, but if I move it forward and back, you can see that it's graphing quite high numbers, and then those numbers reduce down when I'm no longer moving the microbit. What I can also do with this data is that I can pause it, I can download it, and once it's downloaded I can open it up inside of an Excel file, and I can choose my data, and very quickly I can record it in a chart format. So pretty powerful stuff, and I have evidence of an earthquake that has taken place. Okay, so back to my device. There's also the z-axis, and the z-axis is going to detect movement going up towards the sky and down towards the ground. Now, because an acceleration force is already working on the microbit, that force being gravity, it means that when I change it to Z and then download, it's going to already detect a whole bunch of acceleration that is being applied to the microbit. So choose download, and as you can see that all of the LEDs light up because of the force of gravity. So to get around that a little bit, I can change my number from 1024 up to say 4096. Then if I download it, you can see that only a few LEDs are lighting up. It's still showing that a force due to gravity is taking place, and if I were to move the table away, the microbit would fall because of the force of gravity upon it. If I move it up and down, you can see that the LEDs light up, indicating that there is further acceleration on the Z-axis. Now I can use strength, which is a combination of all three, but I would really suggest that for the students, just work with X or with Y, and you could work with both. If I have my bar graph and I want to use both, I can just add another plot bar graph block in, and I can just duplicate that, and this time I'll make it Y. Change them both back to 1024. I'll download that, and now it's checking on X-axis and the Y-axis, and I can see this being applied both axes. But I'm not happy with that, so I've broken the X and the Y plot bar graphs up into two separate little blocks of code, and now it looks like it is graphing much better. If I go into my console device, you can see that it graphs much better with X and Y. Happier with this version of the code. So there you have it. I've created a seismograph that will detect movement of the Earth or when someone shakes the desk. In the next video, we'll take a look at how we can get one microbit to report to another microbit that movement has occurred. Thanks for watching.